We're live.
Oh gosh, I am messing this up.
You're doing.
Very good.
We're live.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Thank you, everybody who showed up for our very first live.
Sorry, I was just letting people know and saying hello to everyone.
Oh,
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, I guess we should make this official, shouldn't we?
Yes, we
Do
should.
the official ribbon cutting ceremony.
Yes.
Say when, ladies, because it's your show.
it's our show.
It's our show. Let's do a 3-second countdown. Three,
Oh,
two, one. Our show. Let's do a 3-second countdown. 3, 2,
Oh,
1.
Good job, Chris.
Yay!
we have a couple second delay here, and I had my phone on, so sorry for the background noise.
Oh,
No, you're
Well,
good.
This is great. This is great that you're doing that, and that's a big step out for everyone involved. Bit out of our comfort zones.
yeah, a little bit.
But
That's
all
right.
in good fun.
Yeah.
How's the weather your way?
Out here today is an absolute beautiful sunny day. So it's nice working outside. It was nice working out there this morning. How about you?
Chris?
It's great here. We're in the 80s today.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
It
Yep.
was just above freezing this morning.
Oh,
Maybe a couple degrees above freezing. And now it's going up to, I think, probably the really low 40s.
oh.
So it's not great, but the clouds are starting to disappear, and it's supposed to be nice tomorrow and the next day. When I say nice, about 50.
That's not bad. Still, it's better than
It's
below
better than
zero.
what we had. So I'll take it. And it's rained for a week, so yeah.
So there's all
So we got some people asking you questions already. Vince wants to know, Maureen, how the filter house is coming.
Haven't started it yet. I'm waiting on my brother. He's visiting our other brother, his twin, down in Tennessee. He's on vacation for a couple weeks, so I'm working on the pavers around the pond right now.
Wow.
And
Jeff's
you got a
saying
lot
it's
done.
70. Jeff's
Sorry, you got a
saying
lot
it's
done
70
there,
degrees.
Chris.
Huh?
You got a lot done in the last little while on your pond.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. Jeff's out there saying in Michigan it's 70 degrees. So yeah, he's up there too. It's pretty warm by him in Michigan. Thank you, Jeff, for showing up. I appreciate you. But yeah, no, right now we got everything the way we wanted it so far in the pond, and the next big thing we're going to be doing is we're going to go out of our comfort zone, and there's they're like a plastic sheet that you can buy on Amazon, and you get them a little bit over 100 degrees. You heat them up with a gun, and you can mold them to
Yep.
any shape you want. Okay, so we're going to make a mock fall, an identical replica of the falls we have on the pond now. And he's going to mold me a weir.
Really?
So, yeah, we're going to try it. And this way I can lower the ponds, pull up the liner, get all those rocks out of the weirs, open the weirs up so there's more room for flow, because I want them at least 12 inches wide.
Right.
And then we're going to go ahead, and I've got I can't remember the name of it, but it's a pond sealant. It's like black tar.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm going to put that all in there, lower the weir, and clamp it down, let it sit for 24 hours, and then pray to the fishy gods that when we turn it all back on, it's not going to leak, and it's going to open. I mean, everything is going to work. So that's how we're going to fix our waterfalls. That's
Well,
what we
that's great.
decided to do.
Now, do you know anyone with a 3D printer?
No, I don't.
Hmm.
That would be a good idea, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, computers, right? They do everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
just if you ask around, someone will have one and might be able to build you one if you pay for all the material.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. He was trying to DIY it to see if he could do it. I mean, the sheets are cheap. They're not expensive, and they're super thick. So
Well, what's not expensive?
30 something dollars for 3 sheets, and I only need 2 sheets, so he has one to mess up.
How big are the sheets, though?
24 by 12, which is way bigger than what I need.
Yeah. Oh, we should say hello to Coy Canalen.
Oh,
Shay, our Samuel.
Samuel?
Yeah, Samuel's out here. Hi, Samuel. Thank you for showing up.
Yeah, I don't know how to see the comments on because I'm doing this through my phone, so I can't see comments at all.
I'll yell them out when they come in.
Yeah.
We need to get you a tablet.
I don't
See-
know how he does it.
Vince is already trying to hit up Samuel now because obviously he wants something done. Only Vince, eh? He, you know what I really love about Vince is he proves that you don't have to be rich to be a koi keeper.
Exactly.
That you can, trade things for. You can use
Yep.
things. You can make your own.
Yeah.
You know,
Like I'm just using bricks I've found around the yard to redo the ones that cracked.
we did virtually everything ourselves. So, yeah, where you can save money, you got to do it, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Oh, and Hearst is waiting on his 3D printer to arrive. So,
ooh,
Shane is going to be a very popular guy.
Oh.
Yes, he is. Oh, yes, he is. Absolutely. Well, Chris, what are your plans for your pond out there this year?
Oh, right now it's a bloody mess. I'd show it to you, but it's a mess. I've got 2 of the smaller ponds drained. When I say smaller, the ones that flow into the large one. So I've got my filter pond, as in my bog filter pond, it needs a good clean out, and the weather's just been so crappy. So I'm hoping to get in it later today, or if not tomorrow, and take out all the rest of the leaves, give it a good once over, and then get into the pond below that and get it all cleaned up, and then hook up a couple filters. But I ran into a real snag with a couple of my pumps, because I leave them out all year, right? And they were fine itself, but some of the wiring ran underneath a walkway deck. Rodents went through the wiring and right through them.
Mhm.
2 pumps. So they're going to have to be on really shallow ponds, because I've only got about 4 feet of cord left.
Oh, wow.
And, obviously you can't put a new cord in a pump. It'll last.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm not real happy about that.
No.
And I want to move my easy pod. Simply my flow was too heavy by the falls, and I was losing a lot of water, and I just figured my flow rate was too high. So I have to divert this one. So I'm going to set up some piping, probably, it's about a 3-inch pipe along the front of the pond, but underneath where it hangs out by the bunkie, and we'll have a bit of a spill into the pond there. So that's just adding more filtration.
Well, no, what didn't you buy those like IBC tanks?
Yeah, but those are going to be for breeding fish and growing up some small ones. I've got so much on the go, like, and then building the pond downstairs, which I want to talk to you about right now. What are your suggestions on building the pond other than downstairs, other than having it flood?
Oh, you don't want the flooding part. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I'll be, yeah, I won't be in this world if that happens.
Well, how my husband did ours is he built it up with 2x6 with braces and made the frame, and then used the same angle iron that he used in the pond in the back here, that when he made it.
Yep.
And he angle ironed it all the way around the top, the middle, and the bottom. After he did all that, then we went ahead and put the underlayment liner in and cut all our holes. Now, we were fortunate enough to where we put our pond, we had a closet the length of the pond right behind it.
Oh, really?
So yes, that became our filter closet. And we ran that filter off of, or we ran that pump off of a pressure filter. And we actually had, if you look at the video, and I don't know why we never did, but we had a waterfall, a lit waterfall that came down off the wall into the pond.
Yep, I remember that.
We never took a video of it on at night. And I don't know why we didn't, because we would watch it all the time. But we never thought to do a video of it. So that's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, and he every single day he would take a layer of stones and do a layer all the way around that pond and let that set, and then the next morning come back with another layer of stone until he got all the way up to the top, and then finished it with the what do you call that? That slate rock or whatever. But if that pond was about 4 feet tall. It was pretty tall. And if you're only going 3 feet, I don't know. I mean, I honestly, if you just use those brackets, and stuff in the corners, I mean, for 3 feet, I don't think you should have to worry about anything, and just put a really good liner in it. I mean, to me, that
liner, I'm going to put that, paint the rubber on, just so there's no corners, no overlap. I talked to Vince about that, and he said, no, go with that. And if it tells you to do 2 coats, do 3.
Oh, good idea.
And then you can get the tape, and you tape it first. And then, like, all the seams in the corners and the screw nail holes and all that, you tape over those. And then you put like a pre-coat down. And Yeah, it's going to be a whole thing. And people are going to ask why I'm not going to put a window in it. And I'm petrified of doing that. One, they're expensive, those windows. And then two,
Yeah.
I've seen so many of those leak because
Now,
I would have loved to have done a big plywood tank with a glass front. But
I
are
said,
you talking about that stuff that you see the commercial where the guy's in a boat and it's that ceiling stuff?
what
sealant
seal?
stuff, no, this is for ponds mainly.
Oh, okay. All
Oh.
right.
There is one that's similar to that, but it's rated for ponds as well. So there's no
Okay.
chemicals in it that can harm your fish.
Oh, awesome. That
Yeah.
ought to be fun to watch you put that together.
Oh yeah, me in a
Wow.
7x3x3 box painting. It'll be a tight look there. It'll be interesting.
That
Oh,
is definitely going to be cool.
we got Linda here. We got Red Laser, a fellow Canadian. He's from Hamilton, Ontario, about 3 hours southwest of me. We got Ian from the UK. And of course, we got Jeff and Vince. In fact, we have 13 people watching, which is pretty good for our first one.
For first one, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get Maureen talking here. She's been sitting in the corner being awful quiet.
Oh, just
Well,
listening.
I think I'd like to hear about all these tanks that you have. And because
Oh.
you started showing them, which I'm really happy that you are, because you've got some awesome tanks that nobody knows about.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a lot. I've had a lot of tanks for a long time. I mean, I started as a kid with a little, begged my parents for a 10-gallon, and that turned into 2 10-gallons, and it was 2 20s, and I just never stopped. I just keep adding tanks. As I did get into a lot of the nano tanks.
Yep.
But it was like they're a lot more upkeep and stuff. But I actually love the doing the maintenance on the tanks as much as just sitting and enjoying watching them. So
Well, you can come on over anytime you want.
I love doing the maintenance stuff. I like that. But I kind of I had a room that was kind of like my den room. My
Yep.
husband's really into TV, so he's got the living room, and I use the den room, which kind of became my fish room. And I had a lot of nano tanks in there. I mean, I probably had like 7 nano tanks and big tanks. But my mother now lives with us, so that became her bedroom / living room. So I consolidated my tanks down so that she doesn't have all that noise in there. And plus, I'm not always in there, intruding on her space. So there's just 3 tanks in there now: 36 bow front, a 20-gallon high, and a 30-gallon hex tank. So those are the only ones left in there. A lot of my nanos are gone now. I've consolidated them into a 20-gallon up in my sitting room. It's kind of my craft room. And that one has it's kind of a mixture of things, cherry barbs and
Oh yeah.
I had cherry barbs in that one. I have tiger barbs and albino barbs in another one. And
Not a girl.
yeah, I love I love them all. I like different ones. So you saw the red parrots.
Yep, I did.
Yeah. And then the first tank I showed was my that was just a regular 20-gallon tank. And that was a bunch of nano tanks that came together. So pearl danios and zebra danios, albino pleco, bristlenose, bunch of quarries, because I love watching them.
Well, they're always going, right?
Yeah, they're always moving around, always doing something with the soil, the sand, But that one was that was a lot of tanks put together. There were a bunch of 3-gallon cubes. I had 3-gallon cubes, and I had 2.5 gallons, and it was just too much. So I enjoy the bigger tanks now.
Christine, Do you see the comments popping up?
I try not to turn my head away to be rude, but while she's talking, but yeah, I can see them off to the right on my computer.
If you want to click on Jeff Pelham Aquatics, if you want to click on him, you can make him a moderator if you want. And that way he has the ability to share people's account information. So if they want to throw up their channel, that way you're helping each other out. It'll come up and it'll have a little wee wrench on it. You can say make him a mod, or you make
Which kind? A managing or a standard?
Just a standard. Isn't that right, Jeff? Or if anyone else would like to be a moderator on this, I'll put a comment and then you can make me one as well if you like.
Okay. So, all right. Yeah, make it. Yeah.
Okay, so you got Jeff's already. You got him a moderator, and anyone else that would like to be one. I didn't know that, Zen Ginger, because I don't do this stuff. So
Oh, I did not know that. Yeah, I did not know that.
What?
The managing mods are the ones that can manage other mods. Other regular standard mods don't manage the mods; they manage the chat, just the people in the chat.
yeah, that's all you want is someone that can manage people in the chat.
Twisted me. All right.
Vince would like to be one. God help us all.
It's done now. Well, it's done, cannot be undone.
It can be. You just need to get someone as a mod, as the managing mod.
Yeah. Cashy's with a thumbs up. Does he want?
Or he could be just saying hello. In that case, hi, Kashi. Oh, man. You got a lot of people now.
Hey, Sid's here.
That's cool. Hi, Sid.
Hi, Sid. I got to figure out how I can see comments. I hate this.
Yeah, you feel like you're left out, right?
Yeah.
That's why I don't do it usually on my phone. If I'm on the live, I don't, simply because I can't see the comments, right?
I know, but I didn't Vince, didn't you always do the lives through your phone?
Yeah, but he's done enough.
Comments?
There is something you can hit on it.
I'm so afraid I'm going to lock myself off of here. Like I only see, like I said, the 5 choices underneath my screen: mic, cam, chat, more, and leave. It's like a red X.
It'd probably be under the chat.
All right. I don't know. I don't want to screw something up hitting it. Oh. So now I can see the comments, but I can't see.
Okay, join the chat probably at the lower end of it.
Oh, jeez. I don't know where I am now.
Oh, well, yeah. Where did she go?
She's in Maine somewhere.
Oh my. Yeah, Maureen, what did you do?
I don't know. I don't know.
She's disappeared into the drop and reappeared.
I know. I clicked that chat and then I see comments, and I can see the people's comments now. But like I said, I can't see you. What the heck?
Who can't you see?
I can't see any of us 3. All I see is comments. Shoot.
Yeah, well, I think she needs a tablet.
We can see you, so and you're on. So
I can't see both. I could see.
Hey, Vibes. Nice to see you.
Hi, Vibes.
Well, does anyone out there have any questions for anyone here on the panel? We'd love to hear from you. Everyone here is from a different background and got into the hobby in a different manner and for different reasons. Me personally, I've been involved with fish since I was a kid. Built my first pond when I was 12 out of concrete. What a mess. It would crack every year. I try to seal it every year. And back then they didn't make pumps for
Wow.
ponds. So it was hard. You had to basically try to get a sump pump and wire that in and hopefully not fry yourself.
Jeez.
And there was really no filtration system. You had to build your own. But it was a learning curve, right? And then I've always had fish tanks, and especially now that I'm retired, I really got back into all my fish tanks, and they've expanded to 13, not as many as Marine has. And I've got several ponds outside, probably about 15,000 gallons for the koi ponds. And
Wow.
then my Shabumpkin ponds, they're not as big. They're probably only about 500 gallons plus some totes. When I say totes, IBC totes, they're 300 gallons. Plus, I keep some pumpkins at my mom's house that I built her a pond there. So I get to stock it with whatever fish I want to breed or have there for the year. And look, she feeds them, overfeeds them. But yeah.
So
And
you have Vibes Aquatic asking, what's your favorite fish? Chris, you go.
me?
Yeah, you started off.
Probably barbs. Even though I love my koi and I love my shabumpkins, probably barbs, just because they're so colorful. You can get so many different types. They're so active. They're schooling, and I really like them. If I lived down south somewhere, I'd have a pond, and I'd probably still keep koi and shabumpkins in another, but I'd have a good sized pond with barbs in it. Like,
Right.
one that could stand some cool temperatures, but some like Denison barbs or Aurelius barbs or something in a pond would just be awesome.
Yeah. Maureen?
My favorite tropical fish was always angelfish. Those were my favorites, but it's the last few years now, koi has kind of overtaken it's my kitsuri. That's my favorite that I don't have yet. But no, I really do love the koi now. Just really that kind of overtook the angelfish. I do still have my angelfish tank though.
Wow.
How about you, Christine?
Well, it's probably going to shock everybody when I say this because it's so, from what you guys know of me so far, not me. My absolute favorite fish is the first fish I ever got, which is fantail guppies.
Oh,
I absolutely love them. I
Yeah.
really do.
Nothing wrong with that.
I know.
I mean,
I have a tank of guppies too.
I used to. I don't keep any live bears anymore.
Oh,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I do love my koi, and that's why they call them living jewels. They're beautiful, right?
yeah.
And I would love to, enhance where they live. In fact, I did last year by making it deeper, just because our winters are not very fun. And I would love to make it that much better for them, and hence I'm adding more filtration. And my shabumpkins, I like breeding them. I've started out with just some ugly store-bought shabumpkins that were plain Jane, and over 10 or so years of breeding them, I think I finally got some half decent ones now.
You have some stunners.
But that's taken a lot of breeding, and you're
Those-
lucky to get 2, maybe 3 that are top quality every year, and the rest are that you sell off are good quality because everything else got culled or should have got culled.
Yeah.
But
Well, we've got another question. Jeff says, I have a question. My idea for a pond would be after it's dug deep, maybe 6 feet. Would it be a good idea to cement, then put a liner in? I mean, if you're rich, I guess you could. I mean, that's a lot of money to be wasting on something you don't need. That's just my opinion. There's no reason why you can't just use the earth and use a liner, fill the underlayment, put a liner, be done with it. I mean, if you're gonna put a liner in anyway, there's no reason to cement it. To me, it's a waste of time.
well, and you know, because he lives in Michigan and their winters can get nasty there too. Unless he's going to have it really well done and, you know, with either mesh or, you know, with metal angle iron, it's going to crack, right? Then
Yeah.
it's going to shift. And when they crack, they're sharp and that could slice your liner. Or you could get water in behind your liner and stuck underneath between the liner and the concrete. And now it's going to blow up like a balloon. And then it's going to displace everything. Then you're going to have a mess. So I'm in agreement. I would probably do that. If I lived further south, I would, you know, they do the concrete ones and then they put that rubber sealant over top.
Yeah.
But in Michigan, you know, depending.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Now he's in the central part of Michigan more, or even further south. His winters aren't that nasty.
I'm farther south than he is, and I wouldn't do it. That's just me. I mean, to me, you're just wasting your time.
You're getting out to the. I know you're a little bit west of him, so I wouldn't call you Midwest, but I guess you're classified as.
Yeah, I wouldn't call me Midwest either, but everybody else does. I don't know how they decide that, but yeah.
You know, I would call Nebraska Midwest.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I agree.
No, I know. I'm just a Canadian.
That probably knows more than half the Americans.
I'm okay in my geography.
Yeah.
So we've got a couple other questions here going, and
well, you can read that one off.
Yeah, where did I have to find it again? A couple people want to make sure that they're subscribing to each other. If you do subscribe to somebody else, do them the favor of watching part of the video, or at least let them know that you're watching a video. Subscribe, because if you just do a subscribe for a sub, like a sub for a sub, YouTube will take that away from you. You'll still be subscribed to that person. You just won't get any benefit out of it. So you'll end up with a negative instead of a positive.
Yeah.
Vibes was going on about the fantail guppies being amazing. And I was going to ask Vibes, how's his pond doing? Because he had a quick little video out there on it, and I wanted to see more of it.
Yeah, we want to make sure everybody knows that they can always share their channel in our chat.
Yeah, that's the whole idea, is helping each other out, right?
Exactly.
So, you know, if you're, you know, go check them out. And if you like, you know, their channel, and subscribe to them, but let them know you subscribe so they can say, hey, someone did me a solid, I'll do that in return. And Gord, also known as Red Laser, yeah, he knows I'm a hockey fan. So, yeah, knowing my American geography is good. And we've got Elfish here.
Thank you for showing up. That's awesome.
So what kind of fish do you have there, Elfish? Because I have to make a note of it, and I'll look you up later and subscribe to your channel. In fact, if I haven't subscribed to anyone here, please send me an email or let me know later, because I would love to hit you back. And I really appreciate you guys coming. That's really kind of you, especially this is the first go around for us, and we really didn't advertise it. And if we didn't already mention, we're here for fun, and we don't pretend that we know everything, because we're far from it. We're not experts, and you know what? No question is a dumb question. No one here will ever make fun of you for asking a question. We're not all experts when we start out, right? And I've been in the hobby for 50 years, and there's a lot of things I don't know, and I am not afraid to ask.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We all do things different based on the climate,
Yep.
what we have available, and our water and our condition. I mean, everybody's pond's different.
Everyone's
So what
ponds
works
are
for you may not work for me, may not work for Maureen or
Yep.
anybody else. We can only tell you how we do it.
And what else I wanted to comment on was Sid's comment about tiger barbs eating anchor worms. Hey, that's a good idea. He's got a koi fun fact there. That'd be interesting. And Vibes wants to know if anyone goes wild species collecting. It's illegal in Ontario, where I live, to bring fish from one body of water to another. So if I wanted to keep, let's say, bluegill in a fish tank, I can't. I'd have to get a permit from the ministry, and the ministry are a bunch of tight. I can't swear. I was told that I can't swear. So yeah, we can't do it. But a lot of you guys in the States can, depending on it. And you're limited to the number of fish you can usually have, and that you can't sell them. That's the only thing I know about the States when it comes to live species. And then there's some places in the Northeast that can't even have ponds. They're illegal, as in having goldfish in a pond. I think that might be, is it Maryland? I can't remember. It's one of those northeastern states that you can't have a goldfish pond for fear of them getting out into the wild.
Yeah, same here. We have similar laws on that.
Years and years ago, I in my spare time when I wasn't working as a cop, I was working, but my days off, a friend and I started a fish farm. He had a gravel business, and there's no shortage of water. So we raised rainbow trout, brook trout, Chinook salmon, bass, and walleye, all in different areas and different ponds and tanks and raceways. So we had to do a study to prove to the ministry that even in the 100-year flood, that none of these fish would escape. And back then there was no internet, so you had to do your research the old way of going through the libraries and any college close by. The ministry suggested I hire a student from a university to do the study. And of course, me being me, I said, no, I'll do it myself. I'm not paying someone that I can probably look up the same kind of questions. And the odds are the student would know my area like I do, because I was born and raised here and 5 generations here. So,
Wow.
yeah, should answer your question, Vibes. That was a long answer. I'm sorry about that. So, other than your filter house and leveling the paving stones, what's next in Maureen's book for the koi outside?
Doing some kind of a roof over the pond too. And I want to protect the sides. Because I I have a net on because we do have herons that fly right over.
Oh
the
yeah.
house. So I just I'm not willing to put the fish up, to danger. So I want a roof, and we're gonna try to work out, I don't know, something for the sides. So
Like as in plastic
Yeah.
for the winter, as make
For
it
the
a bit of a
winter,
greenhouse.
put some, like polycarbonate, that
Yep.
the roofing like you do on a greenhouse
Yep.
for the winter. But in the summer, I just kind of want a screen or something. But when I'm sitting out there, I want to be able to remove it so I can just look in on them, not looking through a screen all the time.
Do you follow Siebers?
No, I don't.
Siebers.
What is it?
Koi. He does that for the winter, and he gets some pretty cool temps. Now he is in the UK, so they're not going with real winter or what we would call real winter, but
Yeah.
his temps are pretty up there.
Yeah, I was trying to look at different things. Like I did see an idea that John and Jill at Wayside Koi did, and I like they had like a coil on the top and a coil on the very bottom of the rail, and they had like this screening stuff that they could secure it on the side, but when they were out there or whatever, they were able to just slide it open, and it protected from birds and stuff getting in there. But I haven't found anything like that that would be easily movable, but I don't know. I keep looking. My favorite store is Lowe's, so I'd rather go there than the mall. So I'm always looking for some kind of an idea.
Yeah.
So I'll find something.
Home Hardware is mine, or Home Depot.
Yeah, Home Depot. Yeah, same thing. Like, I don't know if you have a Lowe's. It's the same thing. Same kind of stuff.
My town doesn't, but you've got a company that's the parent company is Lowe's, so you can get whatever you can there. But they're basically your paint and building supply, and nothing really more than that.
Oh, okay.
Mel wants to know if you guys got arrested in Vegas, and where did you stay?
It was
okay.
fun.
I wanted to know if you got arrested.
No.
You just want to know where'd you stay.
Oh, the Silverton.
We stayed at the Silverton Hotel, and basically Maureen and I hung out for I don't know how many hours we hung out in front of the fish tank.
Till it started. We took a quick break for lunch, and then it's like, okay, well, let's go back out and look at the vets. Take advantage of because it ended at 4 the first day, right? I think we were out there the whole time.
Ended at 4:00 in Vegas.
I know.
What the hell?
Oh, yeah. Contrary to what people believe, the streets do close down.
I've been to Vegas twice. Once in the summer, once in April.
Wow.
Maureen, tell everybody the story of what we thought was the dead fish.
Oh gosh, in the Silverton, right, where we used, that's what we had dinner most of the night. Was
there alcohol involved there?
Yes, there was.
For me. I drink my wine, and Christine's very good. She drinks her iced tea. But oh my gosh, we kept in there. They have the Mermaid Lounge, and it's this big, huge aquarium. I don't remember how many gallons. Do you, Christine?
Oh, I know. Gosh.
And then they
have these huge
women that go in with their little air things, dressed as mermaids, and they do their little tricks and tips and stuff. And then there's like a guy in a scuba suit and everything who was there, I think, just
Scuba Steve.
Yeah.
It's like a protection, I think, in case, because there's sharks in there. And what else was in there? Those big what were those fish? Jackfish.
There's stingrays.
Those weird ones. Yeah, there were big, huge puffer fish in there, but there were these sand shark things and stuff. So we're sitting there, and all of a sudden we're like, "There's a tail stuck under this rock," And I'm like, oh my God, I think that fish is dead. So we, and then you forget about it. We go outside, go back to the show, come back in for lunch. And we're like, oh my God, that thing is still there. What the heck? I go up to the glass and the mermaid's doing her thing over on the side. And the guy who's in the scuba thing, caught my attention. And I'm like, I look down at the fish like, oh, this thing dead. Is it dead? And he gave me the okay sign. Yeah, it's dead. I'm like, oh, okay, well, get it out of there, because we're all like, dead fish in a tank, get him out. Oh, we came back. When did you go? It was like the following morning or something, right, Christine? You went down and you said, that fish is not there. They took it out. I said, oh, thank God, because we were like relieved, like, oh, finally, that thing's been in there for 24 hours, dead. Come back later in the afternoon, we're sitting down having our pizza, looking at the thing, and I said, that tail's back again. We went up and we said, no, the fish just likes to hide there. It was alive. We saw it move. Oh, geez. We were already ready to complain, saying, these people aren't taking care of their tanks. Oh, my God.
So did you get more wine or put it away?
Oh, my God. That was
more wine.
Funny. That poor little fish. I kept saying, and it was like a long, like a sand shark or something.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
It would be upside down. That's what made me go, oh, that thing is dead.
So you were saying, Chris, that when you guys went, that they didn't really have any signage saying who the grand champion was or who the breeders or anything. That'd be so weird.
It was very honestly disappointing. As far as somebody that, like, if I wasn't in the koi hobby, didn't have koi myself and know about what's going on, just going to an event like what was put on in Vegas, there was not a lot of effort, I think, given to get people into the koi hobby. If I was a newbie and I showed up and I walked around, nobody talked to these people, nobody greeted them, nobody, there was no signage that said what the fish were that you were looking at. Nothing. I mean, you were walking around like you were walking in a foreign country and you couldn't read anything. That's what it felt like. There was when they announced who the winners were, I don't even know we were obviously not there, but when we walked back, they had no signage on any of the vats saying, okay, this is the grand champion, this is the reserve, this is what kind of fish it is, this is what sex it is. Nothing. There was nothing that would show anybody anything about who actually won or anything like that. We just happened to walk up by Evo, and that's the only reason why we knew that who the grand champion was, is because I believe he was doing a video at the time.
Yeah, I think
so. Yeah, and he was saying that this is the grand champion, and I was like, oh, well, I guess they already voted and they already did whatever. I mean, we missed the whole thing.
I think if they did it at the banquet or something, they announced them. I'm not sure. We weren't there, but I didn't even know that those vats, that was the winner's circle.
Right.
I know, you both bought some fish and some koi. So was there vendors that saying, okay, this is did they say who the breeders were? Or so
yeah,
was
some
that
of them.
Okay, was that part of it?
Yeah, some of them. I mean, I think honestly, you had to ask, because remember, Maureen, when you were looking at your fish, we were having to ask who the actual breeder was, and the same for me. So there was no signage saying, okay, the Showas are from this farm, like Denici's, or the Golden Corn is from Tom. I can never say his name, but yeah, because it only comes from one farm. But they didn't tell you that. There was no. You had to ask, which I.
And you're spending a premium buck on these fish, and they're not
Yeah.
telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them didn't even know. They just said it was a variety. They get
Yeah.
their fish from a variety of breeders in Japan, but they're all Japanese koi. But they couldn't tell you precisely, like, okay, if I pick this Shiro at Surrey, what breeder did it come from? So they would use they have a variety of them. Christine, you were able to find out for your yellow corn and your Shiro from Mystic Koi. They were able to tell you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Omasako is the Shiro.
Yeah. Omasako and the corn
Yeah.
was a Y, like Yama.
No, the corn was like a Timayaka or yeah, I can't think of his name. I have it written down so I know who it is.
Too. Yeah, when I wrote it
Yeah,
down.
yeah. I guess there's only one breeder doing it, so it's not really hard to figure out.
For all
Yeah.
you non-koi people, these are Japanese breeders that are known to some people of the koi industry. I don't know all my breeders. I know some of them that you mentioned. Just so anyone who's out there is going,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, you guys are speaking. Like I told you before in a private conversation, I speak grade 1, maybe grade 2 koi. And, you get into these other people like Vince, he talks university koi.
I know. I watch every day trying to learn a new breed, like what makes this a Sankey versus a Showa. I'm always trying to learn something every day. That's why I watch so many of the videos, and I'll rewatch them and try to see, like, oh, okay, exactly what was that koi? Like, what made that koi be,
I wanted to say hello to Jeff Kane, Empire of Dirt Aquatics. He just put in a pond. He's just been digging it in, and he's in the northern states as well.
Oh.
He's right up by Manitoba, so his winters are not friendly. Yeah. So, but the ground was not frozen. He was able to get his, I think it's a preform but it looks great. It's all set around evergreen trees. It's going to be really nice. So if you haven't already, look up Jeff, great guy, a real outdoor sportsman, loves his fishing, and he's a good guy. And he follows a lot of people, and he follows a lot of lives. So make sure you look him up and say hello. And it was really nice for him to come in. And
Can we share his channel?
What's that?
Can we share his channel?
Aquatics. I'll get somebody out there who maybe Gord, if you could do that, I would appreciate it. If you'd share his channel to everyone. And he's saying he's really close to Lake Superior. So thanks.
Vegas, where did you stay? We stayed at the Silverton, which is kind of west of the airport. Used to be McCarran. It's now Harry Reid Airport, and it's just west of the airport, just off the strip over. Oh gosh, the 15 is it? I lived there 16 years. You think I'd remember? It's either the 10 or the 15. I can't remember which it is now. It's too long ago. I can't remember, but yeah, it wasn't that far. So really close to the strip.
How would you take the heat? I would lose it. I was there in the summer and I went, oh my God, I can't do this.
Nah, it's not bad. I was changing, oh gosh, when I worked at the Suncoast Hotel and Casino, we had to change the tires on vehicles. That was part of what we did as a courtesy, a 1046, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So yeah, we get called that, you got to go change a tire on a truck out in the east lot, blah, 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 get there. And the guy's standing there in a suit and he's like, I don't know how to change a tire. So I would have to literally change the tire on the truck. And that asphalt gets hot.
I
I'm just
know.
gonna put that out there. So yeah, it gets pretty hot, but you know what? You get used to it, and I know they always say it's a dry heat, but really it is. It's not that bad.
Well, when I was out there, in I can't remember if it was July or August. I found the nighttime worse because the heat was being released from the pavement. When you're out there walking around, you feel that heat coming up like you would a stove.
Yeah.
During
Yeah.
the day, during the daytime, there was always a bit of a breeze, and you were walking around, and
Well, that's why
you barely had a drink, and you were close to a pool. But at nighttime, you're dressed up a little bit more and walking, and the heat from the pavement was just coming up and going. I'm in a sauna.
Yeah. Now you know why they have so many fountains everywhere.
Yeah.
Try to cool you off.
Martin's koi and pond and garden is here. Want to say hello to him?
Hi, Martin.
Hi, Martin. I love that guy's channel.
Me too.
Absolutely love his channel.
Good down to earth guy.
Yeah.
Builds his own stuff.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that. I like the new pond he just built.
Yeah. It's
And you see how
cool.
fast he built it?
I know. I believe it. The wrap-
Maybe he wants to pop by here and give me a hand.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Beautiful. And the video he showed where the it lit up at night. That was pretty. Very pretty.
Yeah, and that was a really good idea, I think, when he put that next step in the front of that pond and then landscaped it like that. He has a vision in his head, and he has the awesome ability to just make it happen.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I love that guy's channel.
I wanted to agree with Zen Ginger here about being from Texas, and the moist heat is definitely worse. I agree. Humidity sucks. Like here when it's 80 degrees, but the humidity or humidex is like 96 to 100. That feels worse because you can't even get away from the heat, and you're sweating everything you turn around. It's just hot.
Yes, absolutely. I 100% agree. When I came back here, I had a harder time dealing with the Illinois humidity than I ever did getting used to living in the desert. Big difference.
Yeah. That is
Yeah. He says it's like a breath of hot soup.
It's like
So
He's not
true.
wrong. He's not wrong.
I know, right? That is so true. So true. It's horrible. It is absolutely horrible.
Yeah, that's why everyone has a nap in the afternoon, I think.
Yeah.
A little siesta.
Well, here we are. We made it through our first hour. We got to introduce ourselves. We got to let everybody know we're going to be here every Sunday, noon Central Time. What time zone are you, Maureen?
I'm Eastern.
You're Eastern. And Chris?
Eastern.
Yeah, so you two are Eastern, I'm Central.
Yeah.
And what we're also going to be doing is, as soon as this idiot figures out how to set up the live on Maureen's channel and on Chris's channel, then all three of us will be streaming on our own respective channels. So you don't have to constantly come here if you want to see Chris or if you want to see Maureen. I just don't know how to do it. I'm going to have to talk to Shane at Hertz Koi. He needs to help me. So I need to get with him to figure out how to do that.
Well, and apparently it'll be 6 p.m. in the UK. So
Okay.
I was ahead.
They're not in bed yet. So
No.
anyways, I want to thank you for having me on.
Keep it an hour, and you're not interfering with dinner times and stuff. So.
Well, as for me, I'm going to sign off.
All right.
You guys.
Yep. No, we're good. We're
my patio to go back to.
Yep.
I've got the sun is now officially out, and I better drag my arse outside and get some of that work done I've been putting off because it was raining.
Yes. And I have fishy stuff I have to get done as well. So we will end this live and we will thank everybody who showed
Thanks
up
so
to
much.
support us.
Thank you, everybody.
And we will catch you next Sunday, same time, same place. And I am Chris from Sweetacre Koi Farm, thanking everybody for showing up. And
Maureen from Keys Koi Haven. Thank you.
And I'm the other Chris from Stubbs Aquatics.
thanks, everybody.
See you real soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye for now.